Hey guys, good day to you all. Today we have a treat for you, one of the best movies that's a classic movie we can talk about. And we have 10 facts about Top Gun. Retro Movie Palace, I'm your host Gert. 10 facts you may not know about Top Gun.
Have you ever dreamed of flying really fast in the sky? Well, Top Gun did just that in 1986, becoming the highest-grossing film of the year, out-earning Crocodile Dundee by about $2 million, and igniting a cultural phenomenon. It had everything: exciting action, excellent pilots, and fantastic songs. Even though it's been a while, people still talk about Top Gun a lot. This iconic film isn't just about fighter jets and adrenaline-pumping action. It's a phenomenon that continues to capture the hearts of audiences worldwide. From Tom Cruise's daring stunts to the unforgettable soundtrack that'll have you singing along, Top Gun is a cinematic experience like no other. The word wingman from the movie is used all the time, and many people want to be fighter pilots because of it. So, as we prepare for more thrilling action in the new movie, let's look back at 10 cool facts about the classical Top Gun. You might learn something new, even if you've seen it many times. Let's fly. Before moving forward, click the like button and subscribe to our channel. Now, let's jump into the top facts. Fact 1. At first, Tom Cruise wasn't sure about being in Top Gun. Tom Cruise initially hesitated to take on the role of Pete Maverick Mitchell in Top Gun. Despite being the first choice after John Travolta, Cruise initially turned down the role. The film's executives approached several other actors, including Patrick Swayze, Emilio Estevez, Nicolas Cage, and even Tom Hanks, but none showed interest in the Aviator blockbuster. Producer Jerry Bruckheimer eventually convinced Cruise to join the production. Bruckheimer leveraged Cruise's relationship with director Tony Scott and Ridley Scott, who had previously worked with Cruise on Legend in 1985. Bruckheimer recalls persuading Cruise by arranging for him to experience an accurate flight with the Navy. Fact 2. Val Kilmer's initial reluctance to join Top Gun. It's hard to imagine anyone else but Val Kilmer bringing Iceman to life in Top Gun, initially cast as Maverick's rival. His portrayal, filled with steamy intensity and biting sarcasm, became iconic in Kilmer's career. Surprisingly, Kilmer wasn't initially keen on the role, finding the script silly and disliking movies that glorified war. Despite his reservations, Kilmer, sharing the same agent as Tom Cruise, was obligated to audition for the film. To derail his chances, he approached the audition with minimal enthusiasm. However, after discussions with director Tony Scott, Kilmer eventually saw the potential in the project and committed to the role. Interestingly, when news of the sequel emerged, Kilmer personally reached out to Cruise, expressing interest in reprising his role as Iceman, showcasing a change of heart over time. Fact 3. The origin of Viper. A tribute to U.S. Navy Rear Admiral Pete Pettigrew. Retired U.S. Navy Rear Admiral Pete Viper Pettigrew, a distinguished naval aviator and flight instructor at the U.S. Navy Fighter Weapons School, which later became known as Top Gun, played a significant role in the creation of the iconic call sign Viper featured in the Top Gun movie. As a technical advisor for the film, Pettigrew shared that his real call sign during his active service was Viper. In a 2017 interview, he humorously remarked, "My claim to fame is I am actually really the Viper. That was actually my real call sign many years ago." Interestingly, Pettigrew disclosed that 2 writers approached him, seeking permission to use his call sign for the character Metcalf in the movie. Despite clarifying that he never held the position of commanding officer at Top Gun, the writers assured him it was inconsequential. Fact 4. Maverick and Iceman's on-screen rivalry extended off-screen. Today, the friction between Tom Cruise and Val Kilmer has faded away, but during the filming of the original Top Gun, their on-screen rivalry spilt into real life. From the prestigious Juilliard acting school, Kilmer delved into method acting, intensifying their tension. In a recent documentary, Kilmer confessed, "I would intentionally amplify the rivalry between Tom's characters and mine off-screen as well." In true method fashion, this led to the actors dividing into 2 distinct groups. Consequently, Cruise and Kilmer maintained distance off set, refraining from socializing. Their commitment to portraying Maverick and Iceman authentically added layers to their characters and created tangible tension, mirroring their on-screen dynamic. Despite their differences behind the scenes, their performances in Top Gun endure as iconic, underscoring their undeniable talent as actors. Fact 5. Charlie's character was inspired by a real woman. Charlie's character wasn't initially planned as Top Gun flight instructor Charlotte "Charlie" Blackwood. In fact, a 1985 People magazine article mentioned filmmakers considering other options, like a gymnast, for Maverick's love interest. However, the idea for Charlie solidified after filmmakers met Christine Fox briefly during a meeting at the Naval Air Station Miramar. At the time, Fox, then 30, worked as an analyst with the Center for Naval Analysis. Fox clarified that Charlie's character was only loosely based on her. She spent a day with actress Kelly McGillis, sharing insights about her work. Additionally, Fox later served as the acting Deputy Secretary of Defense during the Obama administration, from 2013 to 2014, earning her the title of the highest-ranking woman the Pentagon has seen thus far. Fact 6. The Top Gun cast takes flight. Long before computer-generated imagery and green screens dominated Hollywood, Top Gun took filmmaking to new heights. The production required real fighter jets and skilled pilots to authentically capture its thrilling aerial sequences. Paramount Pictures had to cough up a hefty $1.8 million to the Pentagon for access to the military aircraft and Navy ships featured in the film. With such a significant investment, the filmmakers spared no expense, maximizing every opportunity to film. This commitment to authenticity meant that all the actors, including Tom Cruise and his co-stars, took to the skies for their cockpit scenes. Each aircraft was piloted by a trained professional, ensuring the safety of the cast while delivering breathtaking visuals. Notably, Scott Altman, who portrayed Maverick's stunt flying, later pursued a career as an astronaut, adding another layer of real-life heroism to the film's legacy. Top Gun wasn't just a movie, it was a high-flying adventure that brought the thrill of aerial combat to the silver screen in an unforgettable way. Fact 7. It's based on a real school. Did you know that an actual flight school inspired the iconic Top Gun movie? The U.S. Navy Fighter Weapons School, known as Top Gun, was the backdrop for Maverick and his fellow pilots' adventures. Established in the late 1960s, Top Gun aimed to enhance aerial combat skills, especially after the challenges faced during the Vietnam War. Located initially at Miramar Naval Air Station in San Diego, the school moved to Fallon, Nevada, in 1996 and was renamed the United States Navy Strike Fighter Tactics Instructor. Interestingly, any mention of the movie within the school premises comes with a price, a reported $5 fine for each reference. So, if you ever find yourself at the real Top Gun and feel like channeling Maverick's famous line, "I feel the need for speed," you might want to keep it to yourself to avoid parting with some cash. Fact 8. Truly, not all of the actors felt the need for speed. When Tom Cruise took his first ride in a real F-14, the experience was more stomach-churning than thrilling. Almost immediately, he reached for his sick bag. But his pilot, Lieutenant Commander Lloyd "Bozo" Abel, had other plans. Abel sent Cruise's head spinning to the cockpit floor with a daring maneuver. Cruise, struggling to keep his lunch down, radioed, "Bozo, didn't you see I wasn't in your rear-view mirror?" Abel's response? "Sorry, but then again, they don't call me Bozo for nothing." It was a lesson learned the hard way for Cruise. But Cruise wasn't the only one struggling. Anthony Edwards, who played Goose, was the only actor to keep his composure and stomach intact amidst the aerial acrobatics. Fact 9. The U.S. government helps finance the film. The U.S. government played a significant role in financing the film Top Gun. According to a 2011 article in The Washington Post, the Pentagon collaborated closely with the filmmakers, charging Paramount Pictures just $1.8 million to use its warplanes and aircraft carriers. However, this taxpayer-subsidized discount came with strings attached. The filmmakers were required to submit their script to Pentagon officials for meticulous line edits to portray the military positively. For instance, The depiction of Goose's death was altered from a mid-air collision to an ejection scene at the Navy's insistence, as they were concerned about the portrayal of pilots crashing. Fact 10. The film's soundtrack sold 9 million copies. When the film's soundtrack was released on May 15, 1986, it became a sensation, much like the movie itself. Featuring iconic hits like Kenny Loggins' Danger Zone and Berlin's Take My Breath Away, it dominated the charts during the summer and fall of 1986, holding the #1 spot on the Billboard charts for several weeks. By April of 1987, the soundtrack had achieved quadruple platinum status, indicating sales of 4 million copies. Even years later, in July of 2000, after a special edition release in 1999 with additional songs, the soundtrack continued to fly off the shelves, reaching an impressive 9 million copies sold. It remains one of the best-selling soundtracks of all time, a testament to the enduring popularity of Top Gun. In the end, in simple terms, Top Gun 1986 is still loved by many for its thrilling action, memorable characters, and awesome music. By learning these 10 cool facts about the movie, we've discovered more about what makes it unique and why people still enjoy it today. If you want to keep up with more exciting stuff like this, subscribe to our channel now. Come along as we explore more about movies, culture, and other cool things. Don't miss out on the newest updates and exclusive content. Subscribe today.